Okay,
You like that?
what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and as always, I am joined by the only guy in the world who gave season 2 a perfect 10. My boy Ed Phillips.
How about that intro, dude?
How about that?
They think they're like on season 7 or something, and they're a Emmy award-winning show, like
Okay,
multiple
so
Emmys.
I don't know what they were trying. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. So I don't know what they were trying to do. So can you explain to us what was going on there?
I don't
Like
know
what?
if it was a commercial. Like that was my
Okay.
question when I saw the video on someone's X feed. I asked, "Is this a commercial? Like, what are they doing?" Like, the guy had a tux on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was weird. Like one guy, at first I thought he was wearing like a camouflage, I thought it was like wearing like I had to look at it. I thought it was like a military uniform.
Well, some of them looked like they were wearing their Lord of the Rings outfits or the Seasons of whatever, the Rings of Power outfits, and then some of them were like they just got back from some weird fashion show.
One dude looked like
modern age.
Yeah, that was weird. That was probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, honestly.
Well, we'll get to the Rings of Power here shortly. But go ahead and introduce Grant.
No, I did. It was very confusing. I already did the introduction.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, because you were the only guy that gave it a perfect 10, so everybody knows.
Okay. Anyway, so let's get into the Rings of Power.
You only wanted to show this because you loved it so much. Like you thought this was like a Martin Scorsese masterpiece, is what you told me off camera.
No, that is incorrect.
I'm about to start recording. I'm about to start recording these off-camera conversations.
Yeah, you're just lying right now. There's no off-camera conversations except me and you just joking each other the entire time. You ought to just record those.
Okay.
All right. So, Rings of Power Season 2, not looking good. It's losing a lot of reviewers already. IGN gave it a 6.
Oh, man. When you lose IGN, you know it's bad.
Yeah, that is not good for them. I have not seen this Season 2. I've seen Season 1, and I've already went into our last podcast of what only thing I enjoyed was Elrond and Durin's thing. But, I mean, this is pretty bad. It's looking bad for the Rings of Power. Probably not going to get a Season 3 unless Amazon is just going to keep dumping money into the show.
And what do you think that'll be blamed on? What do you think the first excuse is?
Fans.
Racist.
Toxicity.
Racist.
Far right wing commentators destroy Rings of Power. Our show is awesome.
The Donald Trump
show ever.
The Donald Trump side of the Middle Earth has destroyed our. How about your show just fucking sucks?
Yeah, your show is garbage. Okay. All right, let's get into the next thing. All right, let's talk some Visions of Mana.
Let's do it.
Visions of Mana. So, guess what? This is a report from Bloomberg. NetEase Games plans to close Visions of Mana developer Oka Studios. Oka, whatever.
Yes,
yeah. So,
please. It sounded
like your studios.
It sounded right the first time, then it started sounding weird. So just like.
So Oka Studios is supposedly closing. I've been streaming the hell out of Visions of Mana. I think it's a good game. It's a great addition.
I've never seen somebody create a game and then immediately shut their studio down.
Dude, today's the release date. Or it was yesterday. Or today. I don't know. It was either yesterday or today, but they just released their game, like officially. I got the early access version, so I got to play like 24 hours ahead of time.
And it got good reviews.
Now, sales-wise, I don't know, but it's a great addition to the Mana series. At least what I've played so far. I've only played like 8 hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours of it. And, I mean, it's a good addition to the Mana series. And
have you ever seen anything like this?
I can't remember the last time.
I'm saying, like, have you ever seen somebody drop a game and then immediately shut down, like, within the day?
No, I don't think so, dude.
Well, okay, I mean, there are some studios who deserve for that to happen, like Dustborn.
I've seen studios eventually shut down over a game.
That should have shut down.
Not just when they released the damn game, and then that game ends up being good. I've seen studios shut down over having bad, sales and having a horrible game, and they shut down eventually.
Well, maybe this is like them going out on top. Maybe they're like, this is our greatest masterpiece. We're retiring peace. We're rolling out.
One picks it up. I mean, like Square Enix, like, oh, sorry. Yeah, we got you guys. Don't worry. Or absorb them or something, because they did a good addition to the Mana series. I mean, it's 100 times better than the Secret Mana remake. It reminds me more of the Trials of Mana, but it's a new story. So I don't know. Like, it's really weird. And everyone, like, it got good reviews almost everywhere.
Maybe it was a Ponzi scheme. Maybe they got caught by maybe they got caught by the SEC. Maybe they got some pyramid scheme stuff going on.
I don't know, man. But
Bernie Madoff.
Me personally, I am enjoying the game. It's a beautiful game.
It's the only thing I can think of.
It's a good Japanese RPG and a good, very good Mana game.
What do you like about it so far?
The world, like, it feels like
what stands out the most, I guess, is what I'm asking. Like, what's the one thing that stands out the most compared to other Mana games?
I mean, it's the world compared to other Mana games. It's beautifully done, and it's original. It's original story. It's not a remake or anything like that. It's just a different take on, going to the Tree of Mana with alms and, people that are going to actually get sacrificed is technically what it is. But it's a different take. But it feels like the exploration is like you're collecting things on the world map, and it's like they have dots on the map where you need to go search. So it's not like that rigorous. They kind of hold your hands, but I really want my hand held in a game like this. Like, I don't want to go, searching for things and, taking all that time up. They show you, if you have the ability to get something, they pop it up on the map for you. And you can go straight to that dot, get you what you need. But it feels like a platformer game, like in your open world exploration, like you're doing stuff, collecting items, killing boss enemies, or I'd say mini boss enemies on the world map, and doing like some other mini games. So it's fun in that sense. Then you go to, then the combat's fun. I mean, it's very basic, but it's fun. So, and it's like a different take on all your spirits and stuff like that, like Undyne, Sylphid, all that stuff.
Yeah. IGN gave it an 8, which is, I'm shocked because, I mean, they very rarely do. I mean, very rarely do they get it right. And it seems that they've got it, gotten it right. So let me ask you this. You said you got about 8 hours into it or whatever. What 10. What do you not like? Like, what flaws do you see in it? Like,
well, they still got that stupid jump thing that we talked about last time.
So they didn't fix that.
They didn't fix that. So you're sprinting, and then you hit your jump button, and you just slow down, and it's like a really slow jump. I don't like that. Yeah. Like, I feel like if you're sprinting and then you jump, there should be some forward momentum taking you a little bit farther than just a regular jump.
Anything like within the story or any of that, or anything like with like the battle that you don't like?
Some of the story can be bland here and there, but like once it gets to the main parts, it's interesting.
Gotcha.
But there is a lot of filler, like in between the main dialogue portions of the story. But besides that, it's a fun game.
That's good. Well,
bottom line, buddy.
Do you agree with the 8, or would you give it higher?
As of right now, I would agree with the 8. I can see an 8. I mean, I don't know. I haven't finished the damn game. So how about I finish the game and I'll get a review?
Well, how about you hurry up and be faster?
Okay, guy who playing one game in the last 3 weeks.
That's what I do. It's quality over quantity.
Yeah, I'm trying to put content here out, and you're not even streaming a damn thing.
Well, you're the speed runner. I like to take my time. I'm like the slow cup of coffee.
What streaming video was the last time you posted, Grant?
Let's see. Probably Elden Ring.
That was like a month and a half ago, dude.
That is true. Not sure, but here's the thing. I'm kind of stuck in the rock and a hard place because I'm not doing anything in Final Fantasy 14 that will require to be streamed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it because I'm still doing all the story stuff.
Some people just like watching people play.
Well, we've done that. We've done that as a collective.
Yeah, because I was playing with you, so you had someone that could stream it.
But me being there automatically puts me in like, partnership. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, it's kind of like the guy. Like if you created like if you created like a mixed drink or whatever, and I added one ingredient, I automatically get credit for it because I added that one ingredient.
No, you get shit credit for it. Because you didn't do anything.
So as long as I'm there or whatever, I get just as much credit. That's how it works.
Hey, we're streaming. Are we streaming? Like, of course we are, because I got you, buddy. I got you.
But I can't.
I'll set it up.
I can't see
Yeah,
the
because you
screen.
don't know how to.
It's because I can't see him. I just let my manager over there just do it for me.
Yeah, right. Okay. Next point of discussion.
All right.
Okay, so the Soulash developer, Soulash 2, you remember the developers kind of pushed back on, getting hammered for not doing certain things for a certain ideology.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they came out with the statement about people trying to get them canceled. So this is what the developer said. All right, quote unquote. I've made a final statement to my community, pinged everyone, and new attempts at pressure continue. They've learned nothing. I'm glad they are coming out so I can quickly ban them. Throughout this drama, the only thing I shared about my politics was my love for my country and respect for my heritage. Far left extremists don't know how to deal with the apolitical person with a backbone from a foreign culture, so they tried to character assassinate. After all this, I will help create apolitical spaces for gaming. Any far-wing personalities, that's including left and right, will have to come to the centrist position of live and let live, so we can focus on enjoying games, or they will be removed to promote us with their bickering somewhere else. This is how you fight extremism. Fair.
Right?
I mean,
Bravo.
that's it. That's all you got to do.
That's it. And that's
You don't have to be, you don't got to pick a side.
Exactly.
You don't need to be on a side. You can just be a normal damn person that a majority of people are, and not go far right and far left and say, oh, I hate everybody that's not this type of opinion. Listen to opinions. Be fair. Be respectful.
Exactly.
And you'll be just fine.
And you don't have to agree with everybody. That's the beautiful thing about this country.
Yeah, but if you don't agree with opinion, that doesn't mean you have to shriek and fucking cuss them out.
Correct.
Over a post on social media.
Correct.
Like I found a lot of people do when I post stuff, man. Like it's like
that was good.
You're so hateful, and they're like cussing me out, calling me the C word and everything, dude.
Oh,
like it's like crazy.
The C word. You got called a cunt. That's what we're going to say.
Well, I don't say that because I have a daughter.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
A wife.
That's true.
I don't say that word at all.
Yeah.
I understand that's like it's like in Australia that'd be like a form of just or in England. They say it a lot, but I don't.
You're a
and
noble,
it's not because
you're a noble man.
I'm not afraid to say it. I
get that.
I have two daughters. You know what I mean? So I don't want them to hear their dad say that word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You called me that, though.
Oh, yeah, I always call you that offline. Anyway, no. Anyway, so, I mean, that's a good statement.
It's fair.
And that's how he's pushing back on all these people trying to cancel him over his opinions. Okay. All right, so Baldur's Gate 3 publishing director Michael Dowse thinks that all games should cost more and claims that the entire industry is just waiting for GTA 6 to normalize the next big price hitch. He's basically said games should be more expensive. What do you think about this?
I think games actually should be less expensive. I mean, here's the thing. I understand eventually games are going to be $100. I mean, that's just because as you move through time, things get more expensive as money, the price of a dollar changes and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because we can look back in the 80s and be like, oh my God, this game was $39.99. You know what I mean? And you're like, holy shit, that was expensive then. You know what I mean?
Games were $60 back then too.
No, some of them didn't deserve
$49.99 or $59.99.
Some of them did not needed to be. They needed to give you money.
Yeah.
Fester's Quest.
Pay you to play them.
Fester's Quest. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But also like we're going through a unnatural inflation right now. Like it's not natural, gradual inflation. It's ridiculous. Like
I don't.
Not,
go ahead.
But me personally, like it's a hit or miss when it comes to like these, like Larian Studios, Ubisoft. It's a hit or miss when it comes to the quality of a game. So you're telling us that we need to pay, I guess, $69.99 for future games going forward.
Well, that's what we're paying now on most of them. You know,
I get that, but I see it as like the tech Yeah, for like early access and extra DLC, seasonal stuff, all that stuff. But like me, I'm like, well, the tech progresses with the era. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're saying it's harder to make games. Is it harder to make games? I mean, yeah, nowadays you have voice dialogue and stuff like that. But to me, it seems like the tech progresses with that.
Yeah.
And it's not as hard as it would have been 30 years ago. You know what I mean? So I'm not a big fan on raising prices of games, but I do see kind of where the guy's going when it comes to increasing prices. But I mean, you're kind of like telling people, here's a newest. Let's say Ubisoft publishes a game and it's shit. Okay, so I just spent $70 on a shit product.
Yeah.
They're already putting out shit.
Yeah.
So you gotta, if they're going to increase the price of the game, I think there needs a little bit more trust between the gamer and the industry,
or the
the
studio.
developers.
But here's the thing is like, so my take on it is like you said, we're in like an unnatural recession, not a recession, but inflation and all this other stuff. And I don't know, it could be a recession. I'm not an economist. I don't know. But what I'm saying is what you believe politically, left or right or whatever, things cost more money, regardless of, I mean, that's just a natural fact. Now,
Yeah.
you can blame that on worldwide inflation. You can blame it on, whatever. But facts are facts, and people are having to pay more for groceries, gas, etc. And that's happening. Who's to blame? I'm not an economist. The last thing people want to hear is raising the price of games. Like, you don't ever want to talk about raising the price on things when people are already paying for more on just things in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, a game like Grand Theft Auto is going to be one of those games that can demand whatever. Like, if you said, "Hey, we're charging $120 for this game," people will pay $120 for that game. There's only very few games that people you can do that for. So I really don't think that's the barometer game to use, because it's kind of like with college football. Like, if you would have said this base game is going to be $99, people would have paid $99 for it. You know what I mean? Just because it hasn't been around for so long and things like that.
Yeah.
So there's only very few games that get that treatment without a blink of an eye.
Like,
So
I don't mind the early access extra price. Like, you pay this much and you'll get the game 4 days before release. Like, say Space Marines 2. Like, I'll pay $100 to get it 4 days early. 4 or 5 days early, I think it is. 4 days, actually. I'll pay extra money to play that because I really want to play it. But when it comes to just the generic base cost of the game on day one, increasing that price, I mean, like, you're not, what's the justification? Like, yeah, okay, if we knew Baldur's Gate as good as it was, Baldur's Gate 3, I think people would pay $69.99 for that base game easily. But it's kind of like a roulette for a lot of these gaming studios. Like, you don't know the quality of what you're buying, and you're kind of just throwing it up by, oh yeah, we can look at all the early reviews, but we've already looked at the reviews for a lot of these current game journalism or gaming news sites that you can't trust a lot of the reviews.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
So,
and it's not.
And you're trying to purchase this game, and you look at all these reviews, and then there's some journalists or gaming news sites that are giving it like a 7, 6, 5, whatever, and then you got like IGN or these major ones giving the way higher score. But is it honesty or not? I don't know. Because it really you can't nowadays, being after Wukong, and not even just Wukong, a lot of other games before that, you really can't trust these reviews.
Well, you can't even trust the studios either, because the truth of the matter is there's actually less good games than there are great games. You know what I mean? That are worth the money. You know what I mean? For every Elden Ring, there's twice as many Concords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, all those games, like, so it wouldn't be fair to pay. Like, would I pay $69 for Elden Ring? Yes, I would. Would I pay $69 for Concord? No, I wouldn't. Like, you would actually have to pay me to play that game. But no, and seriously, like, like, there needs to be medium. I mean, because the thing about it is these marketers are not stupid. I mean, they have well, I guess they could be. I don't know, but they need to determine what. I think new IPs and stuff like that should have a base price to kind of see how the games are going to do, and then the ones that they know are going to be successful, they can just charge. I mean, people will play whatever
To
they
me,
want. Man.
$60 is enough for a game.
That's it. That's a good meat, and it's been like that since the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough. But yeah, like, I mean, really, what if, let's say for this instance, let's put Star Wars Outlaws out there. All right, let's say all those studios gave it a 10. Some did, very few did. But let's say all these major gaming journalist sites and other gaming news sites all gave it a 10, and you bought it because of that. Like, oh, everyone thinks this is a great game.
And it turned out to be Anthem.
And well, it turns out how it is in its current state with the bugs and everything, the issues with the stealth and the gameplay. I mean, like, this is why when I do look up, if I'm going to purchase a game that I'm still not sure about, that I hear a lot of 50-50 on, I do a lot of digging. And like Outlaws is very, like, nowadays, a lot of game reviews are, I guess, not just opinionated, but like there's a lot of political crap going on with like reviews nowadays. And I don't know. I just would not, like, me personally, I'm going to play Outlaws, but it's just hard to gauge reviews nowadays. It's really hard. And it's really hard to, like, get a legit look at a game. But thankfully, we have streamers. And you can watch people play.
Like me.
Before you make your purchase.
Yeah, just watch me.
Like, they have, I mean, all types of streamers. Asmongold, you have so many.
Me.
Not you. Why do you keep saying your name? You're not streaming unless I'm on streaming.
You don't know that.
And you're just on Discord talking.
You don't know what I do when you go to bed.
Oh, I do.
I take over. No. DMG after dark, baby.
No, you don't. No, you don't. DMG after dark. That's actually pretty good.
I know. That's tight.
Might have to use that.
I know. I get full credit for it.
No, you won't. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's get off that. All right, games. Yeah, I mean, me personally, games are fine at what the price they are now.
Could you imagine paying $59 for Back to the Future for the NES?
Oh my gosh. I mean, but the thing is, like, even modern games, you'll get the quality when it comes to like gameplay and all that stuff with modern games like that. It's really a toss of the dice.
What's crazy is like some of these older games that they have, like, well, they used to have like Final Fantasy 9 and all these for like part of like the PlayStation Network and whatever subscription and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they took it off. They took it off there, and I was like, man, I was like, well, how much is it? Because I was thinking about, I was like, yeah, I might dabble back into it. They wanted like $19 for it still. Like, I mean, I'd pay it because it's a great game, but I mean, we're talking about a 20-something-year-old game now.
They got a lot of games like that have been out forever that they still just a ridiculous amount, man. Like, come on.
30, and I go ahead and tell you, I am not paying $39 for Final Fantasy X and X-2. No.
No way. Okay.
No, thank you, sir.
All right, so let's move on. The First Descendant new season Invasion is live.
There's a lot of cheeks bouncing around in that game.
Yeah, so the new Descendant you get this time is Haley Scott. She's kind of a sniper type player and looks nice.
But they made her hot, didn't they?
They did. They sure as hell did. All right. Nexon has already heard the gripes. So basically this new season, they're having gripes about the new seasonal content, like a lot of players are, because it's hard and it's like a lot of it just is hard to do, especially people that play like by themselves. So Nexon is heard the gripes and they're actually going to do some hot fixes, patches for some of the seasonal missions and other content to fix it. So, I mean, Nexon, like, they're not known for, well, I don't know about Nexon Korea because this is who it is, but Nexon's really not known about, listening to players, but they sure as hell are now.
Well, they probably realized like they probably looked at what they were complaining about and they were like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like this is probably way too hard, or this is probably this or whatever.
So
Now go ahead and tell you. Now go ahead.
I'll
go ahead and tell you they wouldn't have said it. No, they wouldn't have listened if they were like, yeah, she's too pretty. Like,
Yeah.
okay, go fuck yourself. We don't care. Like,
yeah. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, Nexon's on the ball, or at least Nexon Korea is, and they are doing what they need to do to make that game continue to be fun.
breaking news! Breaking news! They just shut down their studio.
No. I can't believe that, dude. Visions of
right?
Mana Studio.
It just doesn't make
believe
sense. That doesn't make sense. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Like everyone I've seen on social media likes the game.
I know
that at least has played it.
They must
Even
have
IGN likes the game.
They must have searched that the CEO's computer. They must have found something on his computer that
I don't know, man. But that's crazy to shut down them on the release.
You know what's funny is that game. Everybody that's playing that game they probably like been stealing Bitcoin from everybody. Like as you play the game, they're stealing cryptocurrency from everybody's account.
Oh yeah,
it's probably what's going on.
Okay.
Like when you're selling things on there, you're not selling things. You're actually giving them crypto. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Real life money, and they're getting out while they can.
Okay, Grant.
What's up?
Let's talk Concord. Let me fix the screen.
Again? All right.
Okay.
It looks like it's cut off. It looks like it says 114. I think
114,000.
I think it's cut off. I think it's supposed to be 1.1 million.
No, it's not. They are currently sitting at 114 players on Steam.
Currently, at this moment, as you speak.
As we speak. 114. So
that's a glitch. That cannot be right.
What game has failed this bad?
Well, I can name some.
I'm talking about but this epically, this is an epic failure.
Anthem was an epic failure. Well, no, I take that back.
Oh, there's a lot more players that played Anthem when it first came out than Concord.
That is true because they did sell 3 million copies.
Because you can match make very easily in a lot of the instances.
Anthem, they sold 3 million copies, but all 3 million people said it sucked. So I really don't know. I really don't know what you say. That's. I mean, you'd have to go back to ET for the Atari 2600.
Yeah,
that's how bad that is. I'm sure I can name some games that are pretty terrible. Don't get me started on terrible games. I can go all in on terrible games. If you give me some time, I can compare some games that are terrible.
But how do you revive this? How do you fix this?
You don't.
I mean, is Concord just done?
Yeah, it has to be. Because there's no. I mean, this is. So they would have to remake the game. They'd have to go the Final Fantasy 14 route. I mean, the game was so epically bad that they shut the whole game down and then made a new one. I mean, that's the only thing. But is Sony willing to sink $300 more million into a whole new game?
So I know in Sony they're top 50 right now, in the bottom 40s or something like that on player, I guess, count, which is not bad, but it's not game saving. But I mean, I don't know how this is done, right? Eventually here soon.
Yeah. Unless the only thing I can think,
and they
again we go back to the timing of the game. You can't. That's something you can't change. You can't change the time. So that I mean, I'll be honest with you, that's probably 20% of it. I mean, the other percent of it's their character designs and where everything is trash. They're going to have to swallow their pride and say, hey, the things that we implemented in this game fucking suck. Nobody likes it. So we're going to have to tear this down. You know what they should do is they could actually probably sell this to a different developer, say in Korea, to redevelop the characters and relaunch it.
I mean, maybe.
Because you're going to have because one of the things. I mean, you can sell the IP for it. I mean, you can definitely do that. You can just say, "Hey, we'll sell this off." Yeah, we'll sell this off to you for whatever. You're definitely taking all. You're not getting $300 million for it. I mean, this is the last time I've seen something sell this cheap for a product was. I mean, I know we're not a wrestling podcast, but Vince McMahon bought WCW for $5 million
Yeah.
when it used to be $100 million company because it got so bad. You know what I mean? So you can definitely sell it off. You're not getting $300 million for it. You might get like 30.
Man,
The only thing
that's
that's going to save it,
insane to me.
besides shutting it down, the only thing that could save it is a rebuild, relaunch.
Yeah.
I mean, just like
Do
Final
something
Fantasy 14.
totally different, honestly.
Yep.
But yeah, to me, it's pretty much dead, dude. It is a dead game.
Hey, how many people are playing Dustborn? Let's pull that up.
Oh, you want to see Dustborn?
Let's see that.
Actually, we need to talk about Dustborn next.
I know we can lead into that, but let's just. I want to see if there's more. Hold on. Let's guess before you pull it up. Don't look at it yet. Don't look at it yet.
I'm not.
Okay, give a number. How many people? I'm saying 56 players
50,
playing right now.
50.
God damn it! Change your number. I said 56. You can't
40.
say
40.
Okay. It's like The Price is Right.
Right,
Can't go over.
Let me shut up. I'll open it.
The closest to 40. I say 56.
Ooh.
Oh my Lord,
Ooh, buddy.
God! You know it's bad when your numbers are written in red.
Stop bullying in this game, Grant.
I'm using my racist card.
Now you're being hateful.
I click. No,
you're being
hey,
hateful.
you know what? Hey, you're being racist, and I don't even know why. Just because that was one of the things that you could pick.
Because I clicked on it. It's 31 people in game, dude.
1 people. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, I want you to do me a favor. This is a brand new game. I want you to. What do you think is the old? Is that Steam? Is that what that is?
It's Steam.
Okay, find the oldest game that you can think of that's still on Steam. Like our game, or just something that you can think of that's like an obscure game, and see how many people are playing that compared to this, because this is a new game.
Okay. What about Risk of Rain 1?
Okay, type it in.
All right, 1 second. Risk of Rain 1. Let me know if my camera starts going fuzzy. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Show it. How old is this game, first of all?
2013.
So we're
24-hour. Here, I'm going to have to show it on my screen share.
So we're talking an 11-year-old game.
What's that? 24-hour peak. 32 minutes ago, 53 and 58.
Wow. That's incredible.
I mean, they have a Risk of Rain 2 out right now where everyone else is playing, the people that like these games, which they're actually pretty fun games. That's insane, dude.
My Lord. Yeah, that's
let me close that.
Now, we asked what you could do to revive Concord. There's nothing you can do to revive this game ever. Like, there's not like. I think if you asked a genie to make this game good, he would tell you that he could not do it.
You're impossible. Being a bully. Grant, if you were to stop making fun of Dustborn right now.
If you were to summon Shenron and ask him to make this game good, he would just disappear and the balls would go everywhere again.
Okay, so let's lead into the next thing. All right, so let me see if I can share this. I think it was a picture. Let's see, save pictures. This was a tweet by the developers Red Thread. I don't even think I got their tweet.
Now that company should shut down immediately. Like, that's one of the ones.
Here we go.
They should trade places with Vision of Mana Company.
Okay, here is their tweet.
Okay.
So since we first announced Dustborn, we have read comments and listened to your feedback, hopes, and wishes for the game. Over the past 4 years, our team has poured their hearts out into telling a story that's deeply meaningful to us. A story about the power of words, about you're canceled, I'm triggered, about I can't take this seriously. All right. A story about the power of words, about building a world where everyone can feel safe, about love, friendships, and robots, of course. We expected Dustborn to speak conversation and debate and look forward to engaging with our players in a positive and constructive fashion. Unfortunately, that conversation has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse. We welcome thoughtful feedback and respectful criticism. We embrace the discussion and debate, but we have zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behavior will be removed from our community. They mean their crowd. It's not a community.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
crowd of people.
Do you have that
Everyone
screenshot
else,
from the
thank
game?
you for what's that?
Do you have that screenshot from the game where she's
The
yelling
video?
out? Where she's yelling? No, where she's yelling out, "You're racist."
No, I don't, but I
Um,
should have. I should have
okay.
grabbed that. All
All
right.
right,
So anyway,
sorry.
to everyone else, thank you for coming on this journey with us. Your support means everything, and your constructive feedback continues to push us to learn and evolve. Together, let's continue building a world where everyone can feel valued and empowered to share their stories. Red Thread Games.
Okay, so the picture that I'm talking about, there's actually two of them. One of them where she's like in a diner or whatever, but that's not the one I'm talking about. There's the one that she's talking to the two police officers, and the two police officers just happen to be white, and they're saying something or whatever, and her comment was, "You're being racist." Like, like what kind of
Well,
game
no.
is this?
Before you say that in the game, you have to hit a button that says triggered.
Oh yeah,
You have to hit the button that says triggered, and once you're triggered, you'll have the option to say you're a racist, and that
or
was in
you're
a diner
canceled,
scene.
or you're canceled.
Or you're canceled. Yeah, cancellation is actually a big thing in that game. You cancel people. It's teaching people to do the totally wrong things.
How about we cancel? Apparently they canceled this game.
Well, it's going to be here soon that they probably will. All right, but let's continue on for this. Did you know, following reports of Dustborn receiving funding from the EU, the U.S. government spent over $250,000 on counter disinformation game. Now, they don't know if this is identifying this game, but they did spend the money with taxpayers' dollars for this shit. This is where our money's going to.
So, I'm a gambling man. I would guarantee. So since we've seen the numbers, we've seen the 31 people in the world. That's worldwide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can guarantee you there's 32 people at least playing Pitfall for the Atari 2600 right now than playing Dustborn. I can guarantee it. I can around the world.
I can
emulator, actual Atari 26. I can guarantee you there's 32 people in the world playing that game right now.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Okay, so listen. I get there's a few people probably harassing them. I mean, you got the trolls.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Trolls. Okay, I get it. All right. But a mass amount of people?
No, your game fucking sucks. Like, just like if your game sucks, it fucking sucks. Like, admit that. Here's the thing: is you made it for a community, you did, and it's a minority community, and those are facts.
You can't call this a community, dude.
Well, whatever they're calling.
I mean, it's not a community. Like their base people they're base players for this game. That is a crowd of people. This is not a community. All right. So I know they're trying to pretend like they got this huge following and people actually give a shit about their game, but they don't.
It feels like
it's a crowd.
I'm trying to understand what kind of game it is. Like, no, I haven't played it, and you're right. Oh, you can't say it till you play it. I'm never playing this game. I'm telling you right now, I will never, ever turn this game on in my entire life. So if I was to guess what kind of game this was, this is like a game that people go for a safe space where they can feel empowered. Like it's one of those type of games.
Probably. Or, and also but at the same time, it teaches people to be actual hateful, miserable people in society. It doesn't teach you how to be a normal person because normal people don't go around and do this. Your average day citizen, they do not do this.
Like if you would have told me 5 years ago that they would make a game like this, I would never have believed you. I'm like, nah, that's too far. That's too much. Like that's too far. I know.
They did.
You want to make any more you want to make any 5-year predictions in the future now?
With the route we're going, I want to be surprised of anything, dude.
Yeah, well.
No surprises here. Okay. Next, Grant. All right, the Star Wars Outlaw subreddit. Reddit's moderators refuse to allow criticism of Star Wars Outlaws in their forum. The Reddit user, so this is from that Park Place as a source. Reddit user ugly coyote _ reached out to that Park Place and informed them that the Reddit subreddit Star Wars Outlaws is banning and silencing people who are critics of the game during early access, also deleting posts. He found himself victim of this, and his friends and other people who got reports on them, and they were banned. So, I mean, Reddit, dude, like,
It's not a real place, man.
It's
not
just
a real
a
place.
cesspool, you know. It's turned into a cesspool.
Reddit's like Twitter. You know, it's fun to interact, but it's not a real place. Can't really take it serious.
Place. Yeah, you really can't. But I mean, I remember the days when Reddit first came about, and it was a place of. It was I mean, yeah, you're going to have trolls always, but it's a place of discussion and like putting your opinion out without fear of getting banned or whatever. And I guess these moderators just cannot take, like, I understand disrespectful, hateful, like complete shit, like garbage trolling and removing those people. I understand that. But if people are giving valid criticism, which there is valid criticism in Star Wars Outlaws, there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Why ban those people? You know? Because at the same time, you want a discussion like that because it kind of determines if someone really wants to buy it yet. If I'm hearing it has bugs and other things that are people that actually playing the game are finding, I want to hear about it because I'm probably going to hold my purchase until those things are patched.
Oh, you're not gonna like it when they say you don't know what you're talking about, you stupid son of a bitch. That's what you get on Reddit.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Okay.
Would you say, you Mississippi common piece of trash?
All right.
Oh man, that's what I wrote to you. That's what I write on your Reddits.
We literally were just calling each other a stupid piece of trash before we started the podcast.
I know.
So let's see. Star Wars Acolyte. Amanda Stenberg blames hyper-conservative vitriol and bigotry on why the show failed. Okay. I watched the first 3 episodes. I lost interest. The show sucked, in my opinion. It's not my cup of tea. I know there's people out there that loved it, right? Obviously, right? There's some people that loved it. But as a Star Wars fan and a person that has seen all the Star Wars and majority of every single... Actually, yeah, I've seen every single Star Wars series there is on Disney and everything. It was not a good show. It was not. And for your average fan, it probably was not a good show. All right, there's a valid criticism for that. It's not hate and bigotry. I'm sure you're going to have that very small percentage of people that are, but it's not a majority. People just didn't like your damn show. And quit blaming it on other things besides that.
Hey, I mean, here's the thing:
on a bigger scale.
Here, I know how those people feel. I thought Ghostbusters 2 was a good movie. I think I'm like the only. I think we're the only ones.
I thought that was a great movie. What are you talking about?
People I know, but no, they hate that movie. A lot of people. That's like because it's not as good as the first one. You know what I mean?
I like Ghostbusters too, man.
That's my favorite one. I'll be honest with you. That was my favorite one.
I don't know. I think I'm a Ghostbusters 1 guy, but 2 was still good to me.
I know, but I mean, like nationally, like overall, it's a terrible. Like they consider it a terrible movie. Like it should have never been made. Type movie.
Why?
Man, I don't know. I like it.
Ghostbusters 2 is a classic, dude.
So let me break down. Let me break down what.
All right, go ahead.
Let me break down what the Acolyte is. Okay.
What is it?
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the movie.
Pretty much.
That's
a
movie.
Good comparison.
No, that movie. Okay, so the first movie was great. They would cuss, and when you hear Raphael say "damn," you're like, "Oh man, I feel cool being in the movie theater." Being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And the second one was, it was funnier. It was more gimmicky. You know what I mean? But it was still a good movie. You had Super Shredder, which I really didn't understand how Super Shredder died. I mean, he's super strong, and then just pieces of wood fell on him and it killed him. Like I didn't really understand that, but whatever. The third one had nothing to do with anybody. There was not a single Ninja Turtle character in there. It's a terrible movie. So I mean, that's kind of like the progression of, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 would be like The Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Season 1 and 2.
Yeah. And then what would you say, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You're the Star Wars guy.
Maybe Andor.
Okay.
When it comes to series.
Yeah, fair.
Probably
okay.
Andor.
Still good. Not great, but still good.
Okay.
Yeah. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 is definitely the Acolyte.
It is.
The bottom of the barrel, terrible movie, should have never been made. That's what that is.
I can go. That's a good analogy. I can go with that. Good analogy.
I get good ones every now and then.
Few and far between, but you got one. Finally got one.
I know. Once a month. I hit my quota.
Okay. All right. So that's enough of the Acolyte. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So this is a rumor that's going around. No one's verified this, but we're going to go ahead and say it. All right. So rumor claims that the physical pre-orders for Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows are less than 800 from a national retail chain that has over 900 stores.
That's not 800 at each store. That's 800 total.
That's less than one per store because you have 800 orders and then 900 stores. If that is true, now that's a rumor because that's going around X. You got to be careful of those.
Yeah.
Got to be careful. If that's true, I mean, oh Lord.
This game's DOA.
I don't know to tell you about that one.
But you know a lot of things.
But a lot of people don't do. There are
physical. Yeah, they are.
A lot
That's
of
what I was about to say.
People do physical, but majority of it is digital, right?
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you. I haven't bought I think the last. What was I think the last physical copy game that I bought was the Nintendo Switch, the Zelda. What's the one? They just did the newest remake. Like it wasn't Skyward Sword. Is that it?
The HD one? Yeah. Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
HD.
that's it. Is that Skyward? Which one's the one where you're in the air? No, I don't think it's Skyward Swords.
Yeah, it is.
Is that what it is?
In the air and you fly around? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Actually,
Skyward.
Yeah, okay. That's probably the last one I bought physically, and I got it at Walmart, like way after time. Yeah. But so I don't think that really plays much into it anymore. I mean, you don't know how many people bought it on.
You really don't.
On the thing.
I kind of like for Assassin's Creed. This is what I'm saying. All right, so a lot of people don't know the discourse, right? That aren't on X,
correct,
or social media. They don't know the discourse behind, the Japanese historians and the government of Japan, and them hiring Western historians to teach, to basically base their game off of when it came to feudal Japan. They don't know all that discourse when they look at an Assassin's Creed game that comes up on a shelf or for digital download, whatever. They see Assassin's Creed, and a lot of people are Assassin's Creed's fans. So I always thought, to me, in my opinion, this game's it's going to sell just as good as any other Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's like, I like Assassin's Creeds. I played almost every single one of them. Actually, yeah, I have played every single one of them. Besides Assassin's Creed China, which was like what was it called? Like a Legends or something like that. It's really an off the script Assassin's Creed, not like you usually get in their main games. Like Valhalla and Odyssey.
Now, look at that. Look at that. Samesies. Look at
samesies.
You don't say it like that.
Yeah, don't ever say samesies
again
on this podcast.
What was I thinking?
All right. But yeah, all of us, I enjoyed them. Black Flag, I like that game. I mean, I enjoyed majority of the Assassin's Creeds I enjoyed. I mean, they can get repetitive. And, as you play the game for a long period of time trying to, like, get everything, it can get repetitive. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's going to sell well, but it's really depending on how many people are, like, kind of getting the gist of Ubisoft is not putting out great stuff right now. They're putting out half-baked games that aren't finished, especially a mainline title, a Star Wars game, dude. With that many bugs and stuff it had, open exploration, everyone says it's fantastic. But the gameplay is severely lacking. And that's everyone's review. Not just, it's not a small, minority. It's a majority of reviews are saying how the gameplay is bad and needs to be patched and everything like that. So you're expecting Ubisoft to put out something like Star Wars as a publisher, and then comes to Assassin's Creed, it's going to be spot on.
Yeah.
No, I just don't see that, especially nowadays, and especially Star Wars
Yeah.
debacle. So I don't know, man. But if that rumor is true, that's really not that good.
No.
It's really not. All right. So Capcom to censor Capcom Fighting Collection 2 will alter some stage visuals and certain visuals during the story of the featured titles that are inside the collection. Mainly, of course, what was that earlier you said, Grant?
So what now?
What did you say earlier about this Capcom collection? What they're censoring?
So they're censoring like clothing and stuff like that. They're trying to make it. They didn't want to. What was the word it said? I forgot what it said. It said don't want to offend certain audiences. Is what it said, or something like that. It was like certain.
Oh, you're talking about scantily clad clothing and offending people.
Yeah.
Which, all the original games were like that. Okay.
So we're not going to see like, you're not going to be like, what was it, like Cammy and her and big titties and all that stuff? She'll like,
the
put
physics
on a suit
and stuff like that?
They're going to put on a suit.
Oh, yeah. God forbid you offend people doing that. You're talking about a very small percentage of people that probably won't even play the game that will be offended online. They'll see pictures of it and say, "Oh yeah, I'm glad they did this," and you didn't even buy the fucking game.
They didn't play the game. They didn't play it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next thing. All right. Let's talk about the game of the week discussion. Game hasn't come out yet, but it is soon. I think 2025-ish. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, dude.
It's a mouthful.
Expedition 33. So they released a 6-minute gameplay trailer, turn-based RPG. It's turn-based, but you can do so many stuff, between the turns, right?
Yeah.
Dodge and all types of stuff, but it's mainly turn-based. That gameplay trailer, you watched it, dude?
Yeah. So the fighting is like where, you have to hit certain buttons at a certain time. It reminds me of Legend of Legaia. That's how you guys have to fight on that.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait. It's like a mix of Persona. It has a little bit of Final Fantasy 13 in it, kind of. I wasn't a big enjoyer of Final Fantasy 13, but
be careful.
Yeah,
they're gonna think you're sex misogynist because it's the woman's the lead character.
Well, no, I just didn't. That was
just a fucking terrible game.
The story was like,
I hated it.
Didn't interest me.
Yeah.
But the combat was kind of interesting, so it looks kind of like Persona with the menu style. Live dodging and stuff like that. You can do. You can press buttons to dodge when an enemy attacks. It looks so good, dude. Yeah. Like, it looks like it's going to redefine the turn-based genre and actually maybe bring it back in a big way. So like everything I've seen so far, dude, it looks like it's going to be legit.
I wish they would bring back
really
that type. I wish they would bring back
the story's good though.
The turn-based combat. That's one thing. And real-time battle combat.
Yeah.
I miss all that.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I like open world combat or whatever, but it's not. Nah.
All right. Yep, that looks great. Okay, Grant, you got anything else you want to talk about, buddy?
So, you got Space Marines 2 coming out.
I already pre-ordered it for digital on Steam. 4-day early access.
When's the last time you talked about a game like this? When's the last time you've talked about...
Dude, there hasn't been a really good Space Marines game since the last Space Marines game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they had some good decent ones. You had Inquisitor, which was kind of like a, action RPG a little bit. That was okay, but it died out too quickly. It wasn't really like a legit Space Marine thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had a bunch of good tactical turn-based games that they did. But the last legit, really good Space Marines game was Space Marines 1.
So, judging by the calendar, that you will be playing it on next Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, let's look at the calendar. I think it's going to be
So it comes out on the 9th, so you get it on...
I get it on the 5th. Yeah, it's 5th is the early access beginning for the $100 version. So yeah, the 5th I will be playing it.
We may or may not
I
have.
don't got anything else to do.
We may
or
or
at
may
least
not
another
have.
month.
I might have to call the police on him to make sure he's okay. Wellness check.
You could play it too. It's coming on console.
Do I really want to be? Do I be that elite that quick? I mean, do I really want to?
No, because you're not going to stream anything else anyway.
I can't stream and you stream at the same time. How the hell we go stream two at the same time?
I can stream and we can play together.
Okay.
All right, but I know if you don't play something with me, you're not going to stream the other game. So you might as well play the game that I'm playing so we stream together.
That is true. But I tell you what, I will stream Final Fantasy 14 when I get to a point to where I can when I'm not doing fucking story quest. Jesus Christ.
Dude, you're going to be doing that for like 2 months.
See, I want to enjoy it like you're doing it. Where you don't have to do anything. You can just do all the hunting and just level up.
Hunting and level up stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one way you can do that.
I know. I have to sit through 7 minutes of cutscenes.
Or you have to pay.
I'm not paying.
Skip.
I'm not paying. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm doing it because I want to do it. But,
Well, dude.
So when does because I think the next game I'm going to play is going to be the Zelda on the Switch. That's going to be my next. Fuck it, I'll set it up. I'll just stream it. I'll just go ahead and just get.
Put your phone over your screen like this.
No, I'll have to figure. I'm going to have to figure all this shit out.
Streaming.
I know. I have to figure like old grandpa. Like I have to figure out this. I got to get a new computer.
Yeah.
When I get a new computer.
Yeah, you need to get a new computer. One of these days.
The whole thing will amplify everything.
Yours can only play like Tetris and shit.
Yeah, it's probably
Vanilla WoW back in the day.
I could play Vanilla WoW. I'll stream the fuck out of some Vanilla WoW.
Okay.
That should be.
Well, there you go. There's your new content, Grant.
There we go.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do it. We all know you ain't gonna do it.
Does anybody want to see Ultima Online?
There might be a little crew there that might. They who knows? Maybe 2 more people.
It's fine. It's 2 more people than you got.
I don't know about that, but let's see. All right, Grant, close us out, dude.
All right, guys.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. Do us a favor. Go follow us on Twitter. Go follow us on YouTube. We are having we used to have the new giveaway going out, $100 gift card. We gave away $100 this last week, and we're going to do it again next week. So the tweet is pinned on our Twitter. So you have to go to our Twitter, and I'm going to keep saying Twitter, just like that.
Yeah.
Find it. Follow the instructions. Please, for the love of God, follow the instructions. Because here's the thing. So I have the thing that we use to pick the winner. It's got all that filtered out. So if you don't follow the instructions, you're not going to get picked. So you better follow the instructions.
Dude, the real _1N7, he was the last winner.
Oh, yeah. Tell him the story.
He signed up again for this one. Dude, if he wins, we need to tell him he needs to go straight buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, for real.
Go to the store and buy a lottery ticket. Quickly.
Another thing. To anybody who tries to scam, you're not going to be able to do it. We search accounts. We make sure you are who you are.
Yep, not going to get us again. No, try to get us again.
No, you tried. No, it's close. It was close because you made it real. You made it real believable.
So let's do this. So Tuesday we're going to announce the winner.
Okay.
And then we'll probably have a week or 2 break of giveaways, and then go into maybe a YouTube giveaway.
There we go. We can do that. We can do that.
Maybe to up our subscriber count there. From everyone that's followed us so far, we've gotten some pretty legit followers. You're always going to have some accounts that do the multiple accounts and just do giveaways. That's all they do.
Yeah.
But quite a bit are not. So that's a good thing. Also, if you guys can, we have these live podcasts are on our you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other things, and any other podcast platform. You can go if you just want the audio version. Subscribe to those. Give us a review if you can. Like this video on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. It'd really help us out on getting more content out and getting more people in here. Our chat's usually going off, but we did do this kind of early today due to the fact we have some things going on, including like college football and other things.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay. So me and Ed are Mississippi State guys.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
Our
Hell
team
State.
plays tomorrow. What's your prediction? Give me your score. So the point spread is 24 for us, which is kind of low.
Yeah, that is low.
I'm going to put money on us. So, what do you think? I'm thinking, this is my prediction, I'm going to say 56-13. We're playing Eastern Kentucky.
I think our offense is going to take a little bit to get ramped up going because this is new coach, new quarterback. Well, he's not like a new quarterback to the game. He's from Baylor, right?
Yep.
So, but I still think it's going to be a little bit to get clicking. I'm going to go like a little bit lower than 50, maybe like 42 to like 14 or something like that.
Okay.
A little bit lower.
Now, if it's any lower than that, then we're probably not going to be talking about Mississippi State football for the rest of the year because that means we're in a lot of trouble.
That's going to be a long year then. Yeah, it's going to be a long year.
So, all right, guys. So we're going to be, if you want to listen to the audio podcast, I'll have that up later today for y'all. And then tomorrow, wings and football.
I'm going to do some Visions of Mana probably before the game starts. So if you guys want to check out some more Visions of Mana, I'm going to stream it again, part 5.
So we doing Final Fantasy 14 tonight?
Yeah, we can do it. If you play.
I'll grace you with my presence. I'll show up.
You got to play. If you play, I'll get on and we can stream.
Don't say play like that. Why are you saying it like that?
Huh?
Play? Why? Okay, all right.
No, man, I'm just saying. Like,
no, I know you're right.
Oh, hey, it's like 11 o'clock my time. Like,
you don't go to sleep early. You don't go to sleep.
And you're like, hey, dude,
you ain't got shit to do.
You
ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. You ain't got shit to do tomorrow. You off. I don't want to hear nothing for the next month and a half. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear you not go.
I do need sleep, and you do need to get on earlier.
Fuck that. You don't need sleep.
Dude.
Yeah. Look, what did you say? I'm about to go stream an hour. It's 10 o'clock. So it's 11 o'clock your time. I'm about to go stream for an hour.
Yeah, go stream for an hour and go to bed.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock.
That's what I did. I did it after. I did what do you call it? DMG.
DMG after dark.
There you go. That's what I did.
Okay.
Look at that. Yeah. Talking shit. I can't stream.
Well,
yeah. All right, dude.
I feel like if I show everybody my good gameplay, then every gaming team in the world,
good gameplay.
Every gaming team in the world will try to like start sending me stuff.
Your streaming is purely for comedy.
You know, all these gaming companies will start sending me stuff and trying to like court me to be on their team, and I was like, no, they won't. I like to be independent.
They'll probably pay you to stop streaming.
Fuck, I do that too. Like we'll give you
making that game look bad, dude.
We'll give you $20,000. We'll give you $20,000 a month if you never turn on your PlayStation again. I'm like, all right.
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Shit, for real. I just watch y'all play. So, all right, guys, we're rambling on long enough. We'll holler at y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.